People with schizophrenia have skills, talents, abilities, hopes, and dreams. I read that in the Canadian Schizophrenia Society, or the Schizophrenia Society of Canada. I get newsletters from them, and that's what the head person of the of that group wrote in a letter that I got in the mail one day recently, and well, a few years ago now. But I've got schizophrenia, and part of me is sad to have to read that, to have to remind people that. But yeah, I just want to mention that it's something to remember, that we're not just someone who's not quite really there. We're a person inside. We've got all these other thoughts going on. A lot of us had a normal life before we got sick. They say schizophrenia is youth's greatest disabler, and I was normal growing up the first 20 so years of my life, and then it's just taken from you, and you lose a lot of ability, and you have to give up a lot of things that you wanted to do with your life. But there's hope. You can get through it. A lot of people do, and I've got my life back, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have peace and contentment and clear thoughts, calm emotions. It's an absolute gift. But when you see other people going through it, maybe they are displaying some different behavior. Remember, they're people. They had a life before they got through that, before they went through what they're going through. And they have dreams and hopes. They have skills and talents and abilities. And there's a lady, she's a CEO of a big company, I forget which one, and she said that when she was in her early years working she's in the restaurant business, I think, now, but she started out in the restaurant business and she did very well. She said she tried to encourage people to believe more in themselves, to see what they are capable of. Too often we look at people in the role that they're playing now, where we see them today, and we think that's all they're capable of. And she tried to see people as doing more than they were right then. They weren't just whatever they were doing. It was she tried to see them as being accomplishing more, and that's something you could do with people with schizophrenia. They might not be that sick person 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now. Joe Roberts, he pushed a shopping cart across Canada for homelessness. He was homeless and not doing very well at all in his youth, but he became a CEO and did very well, and is now an advocate for mental health and homelessness. And he he has people talking about him all the time. And he didn't have that back when he was homeless and not doing well at all, in trouble with the law for petty theft. And that's something to think about. Who knows where that person you see today with schizophrenia, not doing very well, where they might be so many years from now. Anyway, it's some food for thought.